Hey everyone, Christina Blacker here with I Am Horse Racing. And while we can't be together and filming some of our features like we always love to, we still wanted to introduce you to some people that we know and love and that we know love horses. And so to help me today is Greg Harbut. And Greg, you have a very interesting story. I'm excited to sort of feature this one this afternoon. Tell folks how you were first introduced to racing.
A great question. I was first introduced to racing in the industry probably at the age of 5. I remember going to the Kentucky Horse Park with my family and reading about the thoroughbred industry and other people within the industry. But I remember going to the Man of War statue, seeing Man of War, and seeing the accomplishments of Man of War, and then looking down, and there was a plaque of my great-grandfather, Will Harbut, who gained a lot of notoriety with Man of War within the business. So at the age of 5 is probably when I can recall being introduced to the business.
And I can imagine he was probably a huge influence for you. What experiences or individuals over your life have kind of helped you grow the sport, grow the passion that you have for this sport?
There's been numerous individuals, and if I took the time to name everyone, we'd be here. But probably the greatest experience that I can say that propelled me to want to be full-time in the business was a program called the Darley Flying Start program. That's an international program. That's 2 years. It's a management training program. It allowed me and afforded me the opportunity to travel internationally, see how things are done from an international perspective with horsemanship, as well as meet key industry leaders in the business. With many of them, I still have a close relationship and keep in contact with till today.
Do you have a particular experience or a story or a horse that made a big impression on you or meant a lot to you over the years?
Yeah, I work in the business, but first and foremost, I am a fan of the business. And the great experience and a horse that I would say that has just been a thrill for me to follow and participate in was when American Pharoah won the Belmont. I certainly never thought that I would see a Triple Crown winner in my lifetime, to see the 37-year drought, to see the crowd that assembled that day at Belmont and be there live and in person is still a moment that I think would be pretty hard to top going forward.
Yeah, I think a lot of people name that as one of their top, and even just general sports lovers, that's one of the biggest moments, I think, in sports
Absolutely.
history, really. Would he be your favorite horse, or do you have a favorite horse, kind of past or present, that sticks
Uh,
out?
that's a good question. Past would obviously be Man of War because of my family association ties with him, as well as his accomplishments. But a horse that runs a very strong second would be Dr. Fate. When you looked at what he was able to accomplish and the weights that he was able to carry at the different distances, he's certainly a horse for the ages. So past would be Man of War. A horse similar to this time frame would be Dr. Faker.
And what do you do now as far as racing goes? Are you still involved in the business?
Very much so. I started my own bloodstock agency about 10 years ago, Harbut Bloodstock. I work for a global consortium of clientele across the world as a bloodstock agent, specializing in purchasing breeding stock as well as managing racehorses. So very much involved and very happy to be associated with the industry.
Greg, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And just the history that you've been able to share with us today is really special as well. Thanks for sharing your story here for I Am Horse Racing.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.